Good evening, Nepal. Good evening, India. First of all, I would like to share our sympathy to all the suffering people due to this pandemic. Of course, this is not a easy time for everybody of us, and I personally, as well as my company and my guest today, would like to share our sincere thoughts towards the people who are suffering this and the strength that we are not pray for to all the ailing people due to this pandemic. Please stay strong. And yes, like to all of you who are staying home, please stay home unless you have to go outside. And I know, like in Nepal, there's been a curfew or kind of restriction for the regular businesses or like going outside of your house. Please be safe. All right. Okay. With this starting note, I would like to welcome my very special guest today, Mr. John Wilson, who is the international recruiter for the Middle Tennessee State University, a very good university, a very popular state university. Even they had their own airport on the campus. So this is a great university for that reason too. Not just because they have airport, they have so many programs to offer to the international students. So I have my friend uh, John, who would be talking more about the university, the programs offering. Even during this pandemic, you may be thinking like, what I'm going to do, like this fall. See, we have to be hopeful as we have vaccine developed, vaccine coming through different countries, and like even in Nepal and India, we have vaccine. Even though a small number that has been distributed, and that's being distributed. So it means like we should be hopeful. And in the meantime, it's like it's a very good time to collect as much information as you need regarding your study plans in the US. All right, welcome, John, to this show.
Thank you, Padwan, and thank you, Bradford Global, for inviting me to participate in this with your very prestigious organization. Let me first begin by saying, too, I second your comments on all of my friends and colleagues, prospective students in your region of the world. At MTSU, we have lots of students from India and Nepal. We consider them part of our family. We are devastated by the reports that I've been seeing over the weekend, and we not only send you thoughts and prayers, but we want to help. We want to do something. So you can count on me to contact my government officials. I insist they provide aid and whatever that can be done, humanitarian support for what's going on. We've got to share these vaccines. We've got lots of students here that I know families are suffering, and we got to do something. We just can't sit back and take satisfactions that we're getting vaccines. We've got to vaccinate the world. So whatever we can do, we're with you.
hmm Absolutely. Yeah, please wear masks when you're outside, and also like do not visit the places outside your house. This is not the right time, and yes, social distancing rules, and yeah, just following the government, the local government's guidelines would be very helpful for you. Like here in the United States, like we have been still like following those rules, and even though vaccines are distributed and people are getting it. Even I had mine last month as well, but it's still like I'm following the social distancing rules as well as like wearing mask. So this is quite important. Now this is a new era, let's say, so new normal. And yeah, your health is your first priority, of course, our like prime concern. So please be safe. All right, so we thought like in the meantime we should provide you information about MTSU studying in the US. MTSU is very popular, like I said, for its aviation engineering, business, and so many programs, computer science. So John is here with me live today, and he will also start his slide right after this campus tour, virtual tour about MTSU. It will be for about 4 or 5 minutes. Please bear with us. Then we'll start the slide right after that. Okay. And by the way, John will be offering scholarships to international students for some programs as well. Please stay tuned in, and we'll see which those programs are. All right, so John. Okay, so let me share my screen real quick. All right.
This last school year, we had 22,000 students. MTSU is a really big school. That being said, I have so many friends, and our classes are so small. Our classes are generally capped at a size about 20, so it's a small classroom for such a big university. You definitely get that community feel and that small town feel, even though it's a big school.
I love MTSU because of the atmosphere. I feel like it's a big school, but with that small school feel.
We have a really big university here, but it doesn't feel so big because of all the different resources and the people who are here to help you. And it just makes it a really great place to learn and to live for 4 years.
I love MTSU because it's always felt like home to me. It always felt like everybody's a family around here. When I think of MTSU, I think of family just because it's always just felt like home.
I love living in Murfreesboro. I came from a very small town, and we didn't even have a coffee shop there. So moving to Murfreesboro, anything that you want to do is right here. And if you get bored, you can just go to Nashville. So it's super close, and it's a very convenient place to live.
What I love about MTSU is the fact that they really emphasize inclusion of everyone, no matter your major, discipline, your field of study, your ethnicity. It doesn't matter. Everyone is true blue. Everyone is a part of this community. And the great thing as well is everyone wants to see you do great here.
We have so many great programs in so many different fields. If you're looking into music, it's so rich here. The faculty is incredible and is willing to work one-on-one with you to help you do whatever you want. And then the students here are really supportive too. I found a really great community here, and I think that anyone looking for that
One of the things that really sticks out is getting an internship with one of the top news stations in Nashville. And without MTSU and without the faculty that pushed me to do better, I wouldn't have even thought that I could have interned for such a huge station so early on.
MTSU was the most affordable I could find. They even actually made it more affordable since I've started here, increasing the scholarships that are guaranteed to freshmen. So I'm kind of jealous about that, but it's very affordable as far as guaranteed academic scholarships, and tuition is relatively low. MTSU is home to 17 Division I athletics teams, and I can honestly say some of my best evenings have been spent cheering on the Blue Raiders with my friends. A lot of our teams are very successful. A lot of our athletes go on to play professional sports. So no matter what sports you're interested in, from our championship-winning teams to some awesome club teams like ice hockey or rugby, there's always going to be a great opportunity for you to get loud, get rowdy, and cheer on the Blue Raiders with the Blue Zoo after a long day of classes.
I love MTSU one because they're allowing me to excel in my craft while also becoming just a better person. The faculty, the student body, the events, the opportunities that MTSU provides for students. When you leave here, when you walk across the stage and get your diploma, you're going to look back and realize, hey, not only did I grow in my career, my profession, but I grew as a person. And so that alone, when you walk out those doors, are going to take you further than what I believe any other college around here is.
Yes, that was it. It was a true blue, and it's really very enjoyable. And yes, Nashville. Like many people in the world have heard that name, Nashville. So all the music and all the life, everybody would enjoy there. So it's very close. And when you are, like bored, let's say, like when you want to, like get out of your campus for a while, like I think Nashville is one of the great place to be. And like you saw many students coming from different parts of the United States and many countries in the world, and even they have the study abroad programs to more than 60 countries. So doing your study programs, you can actually choose any of those, and that counts towards its studies too. And that would be a great lifetime experience as an international student too. So, Joan, in just a few words, what would you say? MTSU is quite a good fit for our international students.
Yeah, thank you for that introduction again. You've really done your homework and you know all of our catchphrases, our motto, and all of our selling points. So I congratulate you.
Thank you.
Yeah, my elevator speech is, Tennessee is probably not a destination that many international students know about. I mean, California, Florida, New York, Boston, the Ivy League schools, maybe some of the bigger cities like Chicago. So Tennessee's probably not on that list of destinations that you think of, although we do have many, many famous things like Nashville that Powell was mentioning, which is Music City, USA. Not only is it the home of country music, but it's the home of all types of music. Some of the best recording studios in the world are there, some of the best musicians. So it's not just country, it's hip hop, it's rap, it's soul, it's jazz, it's pop music. It's all there. But why MTSU? A number of reasons. We have really great rankings by organizations like U.S. News and World Report, Forbes, Princeton Review. We're usually noted and mentioned and recognized for our high quality academic programs and our vast variety of programs. We have over 175 different majors with over 300 different concentrations. We're also recognized for our affordability and competitive prices. So another advantage for not being in California or New York, it's cheap here. My home is in Atlanta, and I drive up. It's about a 4-hour drive from Atlanta. When I drive up to campus, I can't believe how inexpensive things is. The food, cost of living, apartments, those kind of things. So that makes us a very attractive location as well. Infrastructure. I'm actually a graduate of MTSU. I graduated.
Wow.
I don't want to tell you the dates, but a long time ago.
Okay.
But the campus has certainly changed. We have state-of-the-art infrastructure, world-class labs, world-class classrooms, technology, these huge glass and steel buildings all around campus. It's really beautiful. It's fine a facility as you'll find at any college campus across the United States. But the number one reason that I want to encourage students to consider us is the friendly, welcoming campus. Tennessee is a very conservative state politically, but campuses have their own unique atmosphere. And we are used to hosting international students on campus. When I was a student here a long time ago, the number one international student population were Iranians. And so we have a history of hosting internationals from all around the world, all the way back into the 70s. And so it's the same today. We have over 1,500 international students, and they're all respected, valued, appreciated. Like one of the young women said in the video that you played, the ethnicity and the diversity is fantastic here. And so for all those reasons, I think MTSU is really a great destination, a great choice for international students. And we love students from your part of the world, India, Nepal. We want them.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for saying that. And of course, like, the great words, like, that you highlighted. See, like, you love international students, value them, and then appreciate them. So that's the best part. Of course, everybody wants to come to the United States and continue their studies at their desired institution. Again, like, they need such support. So I think in that in that way, MTSU is treating our students and everybody even better. That's the great news. And yes, like you said, Nashville, of course, for music. But when you talk about music, who wouldn't love music? So it's a lifestyle. So when you are, a little away from your campus life, of course, I mean campus, then you can actually enjoy, and many things to do. And what are the rankings? I know you're going to talk about rankings as well. So shall we start the slide right now, John?
Sure.
All right, great. Dear viewers, the students, parents, and anybody watching us right now, please feel free to ask any questions that you may have regarding your study plans in the United States at MTSU. We call it at insert like MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University. It's a public university. Like John himself is an alumni of this university. I believe, he graduated many years ago. He was talking about 70s, that time, like 70s. And the great news is, we can hear about, the things at MTSU in 70s and, right now. So the differences, let's say, with the change of time.
Well, I
John?
actually graduated in the 80s, so don't make me feel too old.
All right. Yeah. Just trying to make a point, okay, what was it when you were graduating in 80s and right now? So yeah, it's a growing and even better. So that's great.
That's right. I mean, you mentioned that about Nashville it being the music capital. That's true, but it's also one of the hottest economic boom places in the country. Wow. The standard of living is really good. Lots of jobs, lots of high-tech investments, a lot of clean energy investment. Fortune 500 companies, all of the big tech companies have locations there. So there are other reasons outside of music. But again, most people are going to know about it because of that music connection.
Absolutely. That's great things to know from you. Because working part-time could be an option if you have got more businesses around, and like you said, it's a business hub, and it's growing economy, so that's the one main reason to come to MTSU. Thank you for adding that. Yeah, let's start the slide. Dear viewers, it's about the university, Middle Tennessee State University, in Tennessee State. Of course, I'm not talking about liquor, but the history they have. You have Jack Daniels, JD, we call it. So that's the home of JD as well, and
That's right.
so many other stuff as well. All right, so don't just relate it to the alcohol, you might say, but see, we are talking about marketing, production, and all. While you are students at any universities in the world, so I think we just talk about something that has innovation. All right. Or that has something that relates to people's life. Anyway, let's start this without any delay. And I have John, your slide on the screen now.
Pawan, will you be advancing the slides, or am I doing that? You're doing it.
I think you should be doing that because I do not have control over that.
All right. So I can see.
Right.
All right. So you're looking at the first slide. This is our main library, and we're very proud of it, but it's emblematic of all of the infrastructure on campus and the modern buildings. It's a real student hub. It's a modern library. When you walk in, you don't see so many books, but you see technology. But yes, books are there, but we're very proud of this, and it's become a sort of a symbol of the university. All right. I'm trying to advance, but I'm not having any success. How do I do that?
Yeah, we tried it before. Can you jump to any other slide?
No, we can't.
Or you mind saying this slide again? So maybe it just got frozen for a while.
I don't have. It's not live for me to. It's not live for me to advance. Can you advance it for me with yours?
I'm not able to advance from here. Can I just get it off, and then can you just take stop your
I can stop sharing.
Yeah, do it again. Yeah, please.
And let's do it again. I'm
Yep.
so sorry.
That's fine. So it happens sometimes.
Okay, so we'll try the sharing again. Share screen.
Shouldn't be the problem.
This should, and then share the window. And share. Here we go. There we go. I should be able to do it now. Can you see it?
Yeah, yeah, it's on the screen now.
All right.
You
So
get-
where are
there.
we? There we are. All right. So Nashville is located in the southeast of the United States. We're about 4 or 5 hours north of Atlanta. You can see there on the right where we're located. Tennessee's a wide state. It stretches all the way over to Arkansas and to North Carolina in the east. And we're right in the middle of the state, hence the name Middle Tennessee State University. We have about 22,000 students. I think one of the students in the video mentioned that. We're growing, and we have around 1,500 international students. So we certainly have the infrastructure to support up to 3,000 international students. Founded in 1911, so we're relatively young in terms of American universities. Because of the pandemic, we have about 500 international students on campus. And you can see from this slide our largest international student populations. Pandemic has been tough on everyone, so we went from 1,500 down to about 500. We probably have another couple of hundred studying online in their home country. Saudis are our largest international student population, followed by the Chinese, Bahamians, Indians, then a smattering of other countries, but you do see Nepal, India, and Nepal there. Indian students around 40 international students, and Nepalese around 8. So we do have a representation. In a normal year, I think there's around 150 Indian students before the pandemic, and there were around 25 Nepalese students on campus. All right. Again, here are some reasons why you should study here. I've mentioned some of them. Princeton Review calls us one of the best colleges in the country. Forbes has recognized us for our great affordability. U.S. News and World Report also comments on our amazing variety of programs. We're also recognized for a safe, friendly campus where students get along together. Very little criminal activity, crime takes place. It's a rural area, yet you do have a city of Nashville just 30 minutes away. We also have had 3 Nobel Prize winners, the most prominent being our former Vice President Al Gore under Bill Clinton. And also there is an economist from your part of the world in Bangladesh who is also a Nobel Prize winner that we are very proud of. Infrastructure inside some of our buildings, you can see there is some of the most modern, up-to-date facilities you'll find anywhere. That's our student union, also a place where students will hang out. It's almost like a shopping mall. There's food courts, there's the symphony hall, concert hall, and of course classrooms. That's our science building. It's about a $200 million investment. Again, state-of-the-art classrooms, labs. That's a common area where students can study, prepare for classes. It overlooks one of our main sections of campus. The campus is very green, beautifully landscaped, lots of trees. We have very modern communications equipment, satellite trucks, recording studios, TV stations. All of the communication department programs are very active, and so there's constant live streaming, there's constant recording, constant media on campus. As one of the young women mentioned, or men mentioned in the video, we play at the highest level of NCAA sports. We're in Division 1A. We have around 20 intercollegiate teams. We do give full scholarships for outstanding athletes in athletic competition. So we play the major American sports, the American football, basketball, baseball. We play smaller sports, tennis, track, golf, volleyball. We have a really nice mixture of men and women's facilities and teams. And so it's sports. You all know, as prospective students, this plays a really huge role in the lives of students on American campuses. Every time there is an event, there's a lot of activities, parties, and celebrations to go along with the activities. Let's see. One building that I wanted to mention too is this rec center. Again, it's a huge investment for all students to participate. Indoor Olympic-sized pool, an outdoor Olympic-sized pool, weight rooms, classrooms, health facilities, classrooms that accommodate over 300 different activities, from intramurals to hobbies to pastimes. You name it, you can do it. You can find like-minded students that have an interest in dancing, or an interest in ice hockey, or interest in some kind of music. You can get together and form clubs here and participate in this building. International students are always interested in the residence halls. Where will they be living? What kind of facilities are available? And we have a vast array on campus at MTSU. There are 13 residence halls on campus and 2 apartment complexes. This is actually a picture of an older one, but they've all been modernized, renovated. They're really like living in a hotel. You can have a variety of living accommodations, from single rooms to shared rooms to communal type living, where you would have your own bedroom and a bathroom, but you would share a kitchen and a living space. They all have computer labs. They have movie cinemas. They have Wi-Fi, of course, central heat and air, and a 24/7 front desk concierge that controls entry and exiting of the building to keep you safe. Laundry facilities. It's really like living in a hotel. Yeah, I think you'll be very comfortable there. There's a bus transportation system that carries students from their dorms to residence halls to the classroom buildings, but campus is still relatively small. You certainly can walk to class. I live on one side of campus and can easily walk to my office on the other side of campus in about 50 minutes. And not only do we have the on-campus housing, of course, we do have campus off campus as well. Lots of apartments, lots of housing. Probably can live a little cheaper off campus when you find roommates. Most international students will live on campus the first couple of years until they feel confident about transferring off campus. But they're still very convenient, still walking distance. A lot of options off campus. Let's look at our most popular programs for international students. Again, we offer over 175 different programs, nice mixture of undergraduate, graduate, PhD programs. But these, what you're seeing here, are the most popular programs with international students. If you did a survey of international students across the U.S., the top 15, top 20 programs, we're going to offer those programs. These are all highly accredited programs. They're ranked with a really good accreditation, and organizations that do rankings of American university, higher ed university programs. So we're very proud of these. If you look at the top right, probably the accounting, MBA, economics, business, finance, information system are the most popular majors for international students. I assume many of you that are listening and are probably considering following a major like that. Over on the left side, also actuarial science, data science, computer science, tourism, hospitality, also very popular with international students. But we don't only just offer those programs. Of course, we have the math and the sciences. We have the humanities, the foreign language, the international relations, have a great communications department where you can study media, photography, TV, animation, all of those things, of course. But we do have some programs also that I wanted to mention that are our signature programs, our programs that we think we have the finest program in the United States. Let's start by the bottom left, the aerospace program. Pawan mentioned our own airport. We do have our own airport. It's 15 minutes from campus. It has a fleet of over 30 planes. We have aerospace that's recognized all across the country. It's not only a place where you can get a 4-year degree or a 2-year master's degree, but you can get a professional certification as well. so a degree and a professional certification in 6 different concentrations: professional pilot, airport management, aviation technology, aviation mechanics, unmanned aircraft technology. So this is really fantastic. These programs are full of international students. Of the 250 Saudi students that are here, many of them are in the aerospace program. And it's very international student friendly. Very high paying jobs await students with a degree and a certificate from the aerospace. So very proud of this program, recognized all across the country. Over on the right side, we're not a true engineering school. I know a lot of students from your part of the world choose engineering as a major. We do have some undergraduate and graduate programs in engineering technology, engineering mechatronics. We're very, very proud of our concrete management program. It's one of the unique programs in the U.S. There are almost none like it. It's an industrial construction trade featuring engineering, featuring construction, featuring mathematics, featuring marketing. Again, nothing like it. High-paying jobs await you. A lot of students from developing countries with massive economic development choose this major. It's really international student friendly. The directors are always telling me we want more great international students in this major. So you might consider that. And then on the top left, recording industry management, because of our connection with Nashville and the music studios in Nashville, we do a lot of work with them, with providing internships, hands-on experience, the OPT, CPT experiences. But this is the business side of music. We do offer the performing side of music, the theater, singing, instrumental music. We do offer all of those. But recording industry management is the business side of music. This is the side of working with technology, working with the business, the agents, the marketing plans, all of these. So we offer an undergraduate degree. We offer a Master of Fine Arts. We offer an MBA. Lots of opportunities to work in internships in those really fantastic, amazing, world-renowned music studios in Nashville. So again, 175 different programs. Again, these are the most popular programs with international students, but we do offer a little of everything at MTSU. Let's see, all of our programs are accredited by the highest accrediting agencies in the United States. Not only is university accredited through Colleges of Southern Association of Colleges and Schools, but each individual department and major also receive their own very strenuous, rigorous accreditation. So over 175 different programs, 300 different concentrations, you're going to find a degree that you want here. We do offer OPT, CPT. We're very proud of that. OPT is the optional practical training. I know students from India, Nepal, Bangladesh are very interested in these opportunities. This is an opportunity for you to gain hands-on experience, to gain work experience, help your resume, your CV. You can stay up to 1 extra year in the United States, or for a STEM related field, you can stay up to 3 years in the United States. These are paid positions. We are very proud to offer them. We have a designated undergraduate and graduate OPT advisor who will help you with the paperwork and will also help you with placements. So Nashville, of course, is a great location for placements because of all of the high-tech companies that are located there and for the booming economy. But also, we've had really great success placing students all around the world, all around the United States, in West Coast, East Coast, Midwest, in opportunities. So it's really unlimited what you can do. We're very optimistic, too, that the Biden administration is going to remove all of the backlog in the applications and expand these opportunities for international students. So we also work really hard to ensure that international students can work on campus if they desire. Your F1 visa will allow you to work up to 20 hours per week. And most of our international students are finding employment on campus to help with spending money or to help pay for tuition. Our office does have a contact person that will help you with the paperwork and will help you identify opportunities, but it could be in a number of things. It could be a research assistant, library, food services, recreation center, some of the sporting opportunities, groundskeeping, number of things students can do. And again, many of them do work on campus. Another thing about MTSU that I'm very proud of is all of the support services that we provide. We are not just looking at students for their tuition dollars. We really do truly care about you. From the moment you apply to us, you're going to get excellent advice from the International Admissions Undergraduate Office and Graduate Office. They're going to walk you through the application. They're going to walk you through all of the required submissions that you have to submit to us. They're going to explain how to do how to get the I-20 for your visa. You're going to be assigned an academic advisor who will help you with all of the course selection and what courses once you're admitted, and some career advice, make sure that you're on track to graduate. And then once you're firmly here on campus, there's an international student advisor that's helping you with fitting in and all of the social opportunities that are available to you. But there are also writing centers that if you need some help with your academic writing skills, your research skills, you can get it there. These are all free services. English language centers, if you have a little bit of trouble with the academic English, you can get some help there. Math labs, computer labs, all of these are designed for student success and will lead to a very successful student and one who graduates on time. All right, so that's a lot of information. We're going to go to some cost.
This is the important part here, John.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you all know higher ed in the United States is expensive. Again, we have some advantage in our the cost of living in this area is very low, and our costs are very competitive, and we do offer some really great international merit scholarships. So we estimate that for an undergraduate, the estimated total cost per academic year, that's 2 semesters, that's typically fall and spring semester, is around $40,000. That includes tuition for 2 semesters, room and board, plus a meal plan for 2 semesters, some miscellaneous costs like insurance, books, are around $40,000 per year. Yes, that's a lot, but also you've got to take into consideration that most of our international students are receiving some kind of assistance from the International Merit Scholarship. So we're very happy to offer these. They come in installments of $4,000, $8,000, and $16,000. It's based entirely on the grade point average, a GPA on a 4.0 scale, in which we will convert for undergraduate students. We will convert that transcript from your high school to a 4.0 scale. We're all very conscious and sensitive to being student friendly to make sure that the student gets the benefit of the doubt. And we're happy to offer those. So if you can get a $16,000 scholarship, that significantly will reduce that $40,000 fee to a little over $20,000 per year. Again, they're based on GPA, grade point average on a 4.0 scale. In order to get the 4,000, you need a 3.2 to 3.4. To get the 8,000, you need a 3.5 to 3.7. And to get the full entire amount, the $16,000, you need higher than a 3.7. These scholarships are renewable each year. So you can keep them the entire 4 years of your undergraduate or 2 years of your master's program. You just must maintain a 3.25 GPA. Pawan, did you have a question?
Well, I was just wondering, whether you need SAT score or not. And if you, like you said, you have internal assessment, for the GPA conversion, you have your own own system that
That's right. That's
Yep.
right.
Okay.
For undergraduates, we do have our own team, and we will convert. You don't need your transcripts evaluated.
Mhm.
Graduate students will need that. I'll get to that in a second, and I will talk about SAT and ACT in a second too.
Sure.
Let's look at a graduate cost before we get to that.
Mhm.
Graduate students oftentimes are not eligible for these kind of scholarships, but at MTSU they are. So graduate students are also eligible for the International Merit Scholarship. Same rules apply: 4,000, 8,000, 16,000. These are usually 2-year programs, of course. It's estimated around 38,000 per academic year. It's a little less because you're taking less hours, but you are eligible for those scholarships as well.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see. We do work with other scholarship organizations. Many students come to us with their own personal scholarship or some sort of government scholarship or a foundation scholarship for their own country. We certainly do work with those and encourage you to seek those out. Unfortunately, the only one that is endorsed by MTSU in our office is the International Merit Scholarships. All right, so let's talk about requirements for undergraduate and graduates. Pawan mentioned the ACT and SAT. The trend in the U.S. for undergraduates is to not require international students to sit for those exams. And so we do not require them. You can send them in if you've taken them, and as part of your application package, they will be looked at, but they do not have any bearing on admissions or the scholarship. But so it's not required. So we have our own portal. It's at the top there, the mtsu.edu international admissions. We will accept Common App, but for a faster acceptance, encourage you to do our MTSU portal. There's the $30 application fee. We do require English language proficiency as demonstrated by TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. But again, no SAT, no ACT. We will need an official transcript from your high school sent directly from your high school. You must have a GPA of around 2.5. And then all the other things are relatively standard for any American university. Juan, did you have a question?
I was like going to ask you, like, whether you need them, like, as stamped, let's say attested by the college or university itself, like before joining your campus, or like some email scan would be also good. Like sending the documents, like application materials, like your academic or IELTS, those things you can accept electronically at the moment.
We can accept them, but again, they have to come from the testing organization itself, TOEFL, IELTS, or Duolingo. They have to arrive from the organization.
All right.
Once they create the account in the student portal, once they apply, they will be assigned an international admissions officer who gives them a step-by-step explanation of every document needed, how it's to be submitted, whether it can be scanned and sent in, or if it has to come from the official source. Things like funding, insurance, immunizations, all of those can be scanned and uploaded into the document. The things that have to come from the organization itself are the English language proficiency and the high school transcript.
All right. Thanks for making it clear, John.
Graduate school is a little more complicated because of each individual college has a committee to evaluate whether to admit students. So there is also a portal. There's a $35 application fee. We do require English language proficiency. Note that Indian students are not required to do English language proficiency. However, Nepalese students are. That may seem to be unfair. Unless you've been in an all English language curriculum at your school, there are some waivers. There are some waivers for it. but English language proficiency is required. At this time in the fall of 2021, GRE and GMATs have been waived for all students. That is not, I don't know how long that will last, but I know at this time, all the graduate departments are waiving it. I don't know if, in the spring of 2022, if that will be the same situation or not. Before this is pandemic related and the difficulty of students sitting for those exams. Some departments had waived them already. Others were still requiring it, but at least for fall of 2021, it is waived. We do need official transcripts from a United States university for undergraduates. If you have if you've attended university outside the United States, we do require an evaluated transcript to be sent to us. It has to be evaluated by an organization like WES or ACRCO. It has to be a NACIS evaluated, approved organization, and we need that from that company. That's a step that makes it a little more complicated. Once you do apply, you will receive instructions and details on how to get that done. But then everything else is fairly standard, as I'd mentioned before.
Absolutely. John, I got one question, I think I had to ask that before this slide. About the residency, you need to stay on campus as an undergrad, or it's for graduate as well, or what is it? They have a choice of staying on campus.
That's right. That's a good question. No, we do not have mandatory residence requirements. So most international students do choose to live on campus the first year or two because it's easier. Everything's decided for them. It's a package deal of food, accommodations. But they are certainly allowed to live off campus. Again, there are hundreds of apartments, houses, opportunities to live in walking distance off campus. So you can live off campus.
Great. Thanks for making sure of that. Well, I think we covered pretty much everything. About the semesters and the application deadline. Yeah, if you could talk about that.
Yeah, we have two intakes, typically fall and spring. We do run summer sessions, but we normally do not accept new international students during the summer. So the fall semester deadline, fall semester runs from mid-August through early December. Spring semester runs from mid-January through early May. We're concluding a May spring semester right now. Deadlines for undergraduate is July 1st for fall and June 1st for graduates, although most of the graduate departments have internal deadlines that are much earlier. Spring deadline for January, November 1st for undergraduates, October 1st for graduates. But again, many departments have internal deadlines that are much earlier. All right, a few more things, and I think we're about done. No, we don't need that. ELS Center, we do have a pathway for English language students on campus. If you don't quite feel confident with your English language skills, we do have a dedicated organization, an intensive English language program on campus where you can stay for one semester or maybe 2 semesters to get your English to where it needs to be. And there is some contact information for that program. It's called an ELS Advisement Center. It's located on our campus. They have about 25 to 30 students there each semester. And then a few photos to conclude. Campus life is very active. Probably international students should think of it as what they have seen in movies, American movies about university life. It really is like that because the university is self-contained. Everything you need is here. You've got all the organizations, you've got the sports, you've got the clubs, you've got the fraternities and sororities. There are over 300 different organizations on
Yeah, it's
campus.
very exciting. Yeah, it's very
That
exciting. Like being an international student or even the domestic, like you can be part of like everything. Like you said, it's a self-contained university having every facilities, everything together in one place.
That's right. So fraternities and sororities, plays, theater, those kind of things are really popular, of course. Dance parties, concerts, of course. This was before the pandemic that shut all of this down, but we're very anxious to start doing this again. There is a town of Murfreesboro surrounding campus. It's walking distance, but there's shopping and restaurants, of course. And then you mentioned earlier, too, the Jack Daniels distillery is very close by. It's one of our
Okay.
top selling American brands. It's sort of like an amusement park. Students can go there and just have fun. Of course, is sampling of
Yeah,
whiskeys if you would like.
because when you just like talk about whiskey, like it often comes Scotch whiskey. I mean Scotland. Like about that, everybody knows that.
That's
But
right. Tennessee
American
whiskey.
bourbon, and then like we need to like look at those trees and. Thanks to JD, for giving that like flavor to the world.
That's right.
Right. I personally love this. Like, yeah,
Yeah, it's really like a park to go to where students can have fun, and it's not just about sampling the whiskey, but you certainly
right.
can do that. Yes.
Hmm.
And as we mentioned earlier, Nashville is a world-class city, is just 30 minutes away. The international airport is on our side of town, so the transportation is really easy. If you fly into Nashville from any major U.S. city, we will pick you up at the airport. You can be on campus within 25, 30 minutes. Lots of entertainment, lots of cultural activities, lots of restaurants. So a huge international community also in this area where you're going to find Latinos, Asians, Indian community. They're all here with lots of restaurants, a lot of cultural activities. You'll feel very much at home. Nashville also offers music festivals, sporting events, fairs, those kind of things. And then finally, my contact information with my email, probably the most efficient way of contacting me. But there's my mobile, which is the WhatsApp as well. WeChat, LinkedIn, however you want to contact me. I would love to answer more questions. Okay.
Thank you, John. And that was a wonderful session. I know, like it was, challenging for a while because we had so many slides to talk about. To share with our viewers about MTSU, but I think we did a great job, highlighting on those more, relevant, let's say, according to our students, according to our region. So it's great, and we got to see so many programs, more than 150 programs, those signature programs, as well as top, and highly accredited programs to offer to the international students as well. So and the scholarships on top of that. See, the tuition may look a bit, a little expensive, but again, you have a scholarship offer up to 16,000. It's higher the GPA, higher the scholarship amount.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, given that facilities and the name of your university, I believe this is a fair amount, as we talk about cost of attendance as well. And you have dormitories available for international students too, but you have a choice, either you can stay on campus or off campus as well. And so many places to go to, like Nashville, or even to those the Jack Daniels, of what do you call the factory, and the airport is not too far. You literally have your own airport, you do have your airport on campus as well, with more than 20 flights. And yes, so many regions one has to choose about MTSU. And one day I would like to come visit to your campus and go around the places and enjoy the music in Nashville.
You're always invited, my friend. You're always invited. We'll take you to the Jack Daniels distillery.
Oh yeah, sure, yeah. I want to get one signature bottle so I can put it for my history, let's say,
Right.
for memory. Anyway, John, anything you wanna like share? Any message to our students right now here?
Well, again, it's been a real pleasure speaking to you. I thank you again, Pawan and Bradford Global, for the invitation. I want to stress I'm very proud of this university. I graduated from here, and throughout my entire career, I've had nothing but great thoughts about my experience, my preparation, my training. It was here that I got my preparation for an international career. I've spent most of my career in international ed in Georgia. I was most recently the senior director of international office down in Georgia at a university. I did some consulting work, and then I got this amazing offer to come back to recruit international students at MTSU, where I started. And so I'm happy to be here. I do want to share these experiences that I had with fabulous students from your part of the world and give them the same opportunities that I had. I encourage all of you to be safe, take care of yourself, follow good health and safety protocols, take care of your families, and get through this. And hopefully the vaccines are going to be coming soon, and you'll be able to resume international student mobility, and I'll be able to meet you on campus.
Absolutely, that's a great thing that we all want to see as soon as we can. Of course, if you look at 2020, then and now, I think things have improved a lot, and that means we have a hope. Hope is here in this world. So, let's just stay safe as much as we can, and save our communities, and pray for those who are suffering. And yes, continue with your study plans in the United States, and yes, of course, at MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University, and this is one of the great universities in the U.S. for various reasons, like we just got to hear from Mr. John, our special guest for the show today. John, thank you for your time today, and we hope that our students will be able to get as much scholarship amount as possible as they will be applying to. Good news is no GRE, no GMAT for this fall if you are applying for graduate programs. So that's also great news. And yes, we at Bradford Global would be happy to welcome any students. Right now we are closed because of the lockdown in Nepal just recently imposed, but we are working from home. We can actually be contacted through our numbers or the email. So yes, please continue with your application, and that way you can still be applying for this fall. And you if not, maybe you should be planning for next year only. So we don't want you to waste your time just for just waiting. But see, in case you have to defer your application, then John and his university will be happy to defer to the next available intake. That could be January 2022 or fall 2022. All right. So these are the numbers here. John, once again, thank you so much, and have a nice time. All right.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. My pleasure.
Namaste.
Thank you.
Welcome. All right, guys. That was our special guest today from MTSU, Middle Tennessee State University. It's a great university, and we hope that you also love this session, and we'll be happy to make your application to this university if you think this is the right university for you. We are working from home, as I said earlier, and please feel free to contact us via this email address, as well as the numbers that are that I have shown on the screen right now. All right, and until our next show, we want to wish you a very safe living, and let's be strong. All right, bye.